Hello everyone, I'm the Mad Hatter of 92, Gamer Coffee Lover Talk, and welcome back. Now, originally I was going to put up another Cyberpunk 2077 video, but I'll do that some other time. Since the holidays are literally right around the corner, I thought I'd talk about some of the things I enjoy about it and the few holidays I do celebrate, so let's get right into it. Used to enjoy a lot, used to enjoy 4th of July a lot more back in the day. Not so much anymore. I used to have old toys, like toys I didn't need when I was a kid, and I'd blow them up, like Sid from Toy Story. Not as demented though, and I wasn't nearly as ugly, so there's that. And I'd make Piccolo Pete bombs. Me and my brother would do that, and I think they stopped making those too. I think I remember getting the Piccolo Pete fireworks from the TNT stand or the Phantom fireworks stand. I think they stopped making them. You can probably buy them at the place where they sell illegal fireworks. I mean, everyone does illegal fireworks on 4th of July anyway, but to each their own. Uh, so don't so much celebrate 4th of July anymore. I do Thanksgiving and Halloween and Christmas. That's about it. Everything else, meh, can do without. And even then, it's not the same as when you're a kid as you are an adult. You can still have a good time whether you're friends or family or good company. It's just, I don't know, it's just not the same. Especially Christmas, it's just not the same. I still enjoy it very much, though. Thanksgiving's always good because you always have good food. But, this year I really want to do some steaks for Thanksgiving, just to grill out since the weather's really nice right now. It's actually not hot anymore because that's Vegas weather for you. It's either really hot, really windy, really dusty. That's about it. Or humid. Like occasionally get kind of humid during the summer, but not too bad. But it's really beautiful out right now in Vegas. I'm loving this weather. Very windy today though, so not so much digging that, but staying indoors until I go back to work tomorrow. The week of Thanksgiving, busiest time for me from work, but I'll make do. But Thanksgiving, I always have to work. I think there's only one day I've ever at my job had where I had Thanksgiving off, and that was only once, and that was amazing. I was like, I don't know how I swung it. I didn't request it off because they have a stipulation. Sometimes you can put in time off request, but there's also days on there they don't warrant because how busy we are, whether it be Thanksgiving, 4th of July, Memorial Day, etc., etc. And I don't know how I got it, but I was like the only one time I was off on Thanksgiving. That was really nice, so I won't complain there. But again, Thanksgiving was like I wanted to do steaks this year, but like no one wanted them. I was like, it's easy, grill some steaks, have a nice, couple side dishes, and have some dessert. Easy. And don't get me wrong, turkey's fine. It's just, can be a little bit dry if you don't do it right. Obviously, everyone has their own preference for seasoning it and all that and cooking it. I would love to try some deep fried turkey. My sister's done that a few times. I never had it myself. I heard nothing but good things about deep fried turkey. And I would love to try it. Smoked turkey sounds really good too. Never had that either. I'd give that a try, but I definitely want to try deep fried turkey first. And it's good, you have a lot of leftovers. That's the one good thing about having a big Thanksgiving meal. You always have leftovers. But it gets old kind of fast, After the second or third day, like I'm done. I was like, it's good, but I'm tired of it. That's just me. And I like the dark meat a lot on turkey more than the white meat. Not that the white meat's bad, so I always like the dark meat more. It's just more moist, flavorful. I've always liked it more. And having to work on Thanksgiving is absolutely crazy. So, but given if you have enough help out where you are, it's okay. But I'm gonna find out nonetheless what it's gonna be like. For what I've seen, I have a good amount of help that day, but just have my fingers crossed that no one's not gonna call out. Well, not in my department anyway. No one calls out. Please don't. It's the busiest day of the year. Get it done. And then the day after Black Friday, I'm out relatively early, so a busy week nonetheless. I'm gonna have, but not too bad. And speaking of Black Friday, I used to do that a lot. I only did like the mall or a couple stores, maybe only less than 5 times. I want to say I did the mall twice, and I've done mostly GameStop and some other things like that. But again, it's been a couple of years since I've done a Black Friday GameStop. In fact, the last time I did was about I want to say 3 years ago. They were having a big sale. I had a relatively short day at work. I was less than 8 hours, which was really surprising. I started at 6 and I was out before 1 or 1:30, so that was pretty good. And I immediately went to GameStop afterwards for the Black Friday deals they were having. Now, I had my eyes on a new console. It was just the Xbox One X, and I got that, and I got the Gears of War 4 with it, and I got the exclusive bundle. I got the first 4 games with it, and then I got number 5 to add on with it. So that was pretty good. And that was the last time I did Black Friday. The time before that, I got, what was it? The game I got before that was Sunset Overdrive on that Black Friday. My brother got a couple games, um, a lot. I used to do a lot more, but not anymore. Not so much anymore. Considering the fact you can all do it online, etc., etc. Simplicity is the name of the game, and whatever you want to do, it's all well and good. But I kind of like going sometimes, not to the department stores, mind you, but sometimes for games I might do it, or I dare even say Walmart, but I don't really want to tangle with that on Black Friday deals, so no thanks. And then there's Christmas, of course. Christmas is always a relatively good time, but just like the last, I want to say 4 or 5 years, it just doesn't feel like it. Again, as an adult, things just don't feel the same, certain holidays and all that. And looking at it through the rose nostalgia lenses, it's all well and good. It's just it doesn't have the same oomph to it. I try to get into the spirit and like, get in the mood for the holiday. I'm just like, sometimes it's hit or miss. Of course, in the context, since, the pandemic started, and from then to now, it felt a lot different, obviously. I still enjoy it, but I have some traditions like on Christmas. Christmas is the only day where I work. That's the only day of the year we're closed, and that's not cool. I wish that my place was closed on Thanksgiving as well, or at the very least, we'd be open like 6 to noon or something on Thanksgiving. But it is what it is. But on Christmas, at this year, Christmas Eve actually follows on a Sunday, and then Christmas is on Monday, so that's really nice. I don't have to work the weekend, so unless they change something, I won't have to work on Christmas Eve, which will be really nice. So that's all well and good. And nothing really special. Thanksgiving I always work. Christmas Eve depends on the day. I always work as well, and really busy as well, but not as much as Thanksgiving. And on Christmas Day, I just like to sleep in. Mind you, sleeping in for me is really not all that late. Honest to God, I think 5:30 or 6 a.m. is late for me. And then people was like, "That's crazy." I'm like, "That's not late." It's like, it's just the way it is. Unless I'm really sick, really physically injured, or just emotionally or I'm depressed or something. Yeah, I'll sleep in a little bit later. But it's very rare I ever sleep past 6 a.m. But I try to sleep in on Christmas. Get up, I always like having a nice breakfast. That's my staple for Christmas. I always like having a nice big breakfast. Some scrambled eggs, some hash browns, maybe a good slice of ham steak, cup of coffee. I just, pig out the whole day, just have a lot of good snacks. And there's no Christmas Eve and Thanksgiving are days where there's there's nothing off limits for food. Let's say I go crazy. Like, I'm not on a diet, but I'm pretty cautious about what I eat, and I'm relatively good about what I eat. But on those days, there's just no holding back. Now, I won't overindulge terribly. I don't want to be a fat ass, but at the same time, I want to enjoy myself too. I love pumpkin pie, sweet potato pie. My sister's a great baker. Sometimes she gives us a set of a bat of cookies. She makes these gingerbread molasses cookies. They're so good. They're soft, but they're crispy on the top. Really good, really good. And cinnamon rolls. I do love a good cinnamon roll. Now, of course, nothing beats homemade. Nothing beats homemade, whether it be baked goods or whole meal, anything in between. But especially baked goods. My God, my sister makes these homemade cinnamon rolls. Now, two variations: a standard cream cheese roll and what's maple. I almost said brown sugar, but it has brown sugar in it. A maple cinnamon roll from scratch. Phenomenal. I will eat the whole thing. Failing that, though, sometimes I like to go to Cinnabon. Now, it's been years since I've been to a mall, but sometimes, like, the last time I went there, I went, like, a couple days before Christmas. Still busy, but relatively not so much, because I got right to the mall when it opened. Got a pack of cinnamon rolls for Christmas morning, and that's my tradition, pretty much, just pick out all day, be lazy, don't do anything, maybe go for a walk. That's another thing I like doing, too. If there's some chance I'm off on Thanksgiving or Christmas Eve, depending on the day, of course, I love taking a walk, especially on Christmas morning. Not like right at 8 a.m. or something like that. Maybe around 9 or 10, I'll go out and have a nice stroll, enjoy the brisk weather. And that's some of the things I just generally like to do, on the holidays. I didn't mention Halloween, but we're well past that, so let's talk about Christmas Eve and Thanksgiving. So yeah, it's going to be a very crazy week I'm about to have, but wish me luck, and thank you for joining me. I tip my hat to you all, and take care.